with Kruger, I mean, I think we took a sort of a similar approach to what Neil did with the whole film, where there's kind of, the film from one level can be seen as kind of a metaphor or a dramatized version of a lot of things that already exist in society today. So Kruger is, for example, a dramatic, larger-than-life version of a special forces black ops soldier who is performing, illegal missions off the record at the instruction of very high-powered politicians, which you get today. And he's got a sort of a mental instability being caused by the kind of stuff that he's seen and done. It's just very easy. She's just, amazingly professional. It's the same with Matt. They're just so good at their jobs. And I think probably one of the things I sort of took away from both of them, possibly why they've had such long careers as well, is that they're just very easy to work with. They're very down to earth and very grounded people. And I can see that people would like in the business, aside from success in the business, just people in filmmaking would like to work with them. Right in the beginning, when I first met him, when he was still at school, and I was just out of school, I'd started a company to try and start a TV channel in South Africa. That's the first thing I did when I got out of school, and I was about 2 or 3 years into doing that when I met him. So I was about 21, I think, and he was about 15. And we started already then with like working on stuff together. We would be pitching projects, and we would get him in to come and do like animation for pitches that we were doing for a TV show or something like that. And in exchange, we would give him access to computers that we had at the office. So I guess in some other way the work relationship kind of started way back then. But I never expected the actor-director thing necessarily. I always thought he'd be one of the top directors in the world, but I didn't expect to have a sort of an actor-director partnership with him. The fight scenes were intense. Having the suits on made it a lot more difficult than a regular fight scene, and even more so because a lot of the fighting style is very realistic, sort of UFC kind of stuff, where it's not just massively impressive kung fu style moves where you're just punching each other and flying across the room. There was a lot of like wrestling and going crazy, and having these contraptions on that could really hurt the other person. You had to try and be quite cognizant of that the whole time. The Hulk suit is actually based on technology that they are developing and experimenting with. I can just say that mine was definitely the newer version in the film. So Kruger gets to have the fancier, upgraded Hulk suit, and poor Max has got an old-fashioned one. But miraculously somehow is still able to hold his own against me. It must be movie magic stepping in. Or maybe just the Matt Damon charisma. But anyway, my suit is actually just technically more powerful, just for the record, I'm just saying. Elysium is, I suppose the best way to explain it is like Beverly Hills in the sky, sort of a future version of a really wealthy suburb where everything really works well, and a kind of an external paradise, at least. I don't know how many happy people are on Elysium. I don't know that made people happy, but certainly on the surface, it's a paradise. Like with District 9, I mean, what we found was a lot of people that weren't necessarily genre fans related to the film because it had kind of socio-political metaphors in it. It had a little bit more depth than the average film where things are blowing up on the surface. And it's certainly something, more than anything, that's a little bit different. It's a different spin on a genre that you might think you know.